Hello. So this is on loving yourself. So I actually have a PowerPoint I made a little while ago. So slideshow from beginning. So I kind of put this as a little joke here. So loving yourself is really hard, and I don't mean by masturbation either. So many of us believe we already do love ourselves. Our actions say otherwise, though. So much popular self-help advice suggests that we must learn to love ourselves. It's good advice, but how exactly do we do it? It's not so simple. We often believe that we do love ourselves, and yet our actions and reactions and our lives suggest otherwise. Yet loving yourself is essential to your personal growth, to the fulfillment of your dreams, and to developing a healthy, happy relationship with others. Instead of trying to just talk yourself into believing you have self-love, foster compassion for yourself. So I put in the negativity bias. The negativity bias is the phenomenon that there are two equally charged stimuli. The negative one will attract more of your mind's attention. The funny thing about the negativity bias is that from the evolutionary perspective, it was a huge competitive advantage. So I've got two little comments here, and it's like the brain looking at all the good stuff and going, hey, brain, look, like the heart's looking at all the good stuff and going, look. But the brain is looking at that one bad thing. And I just really like that. I thought that was cute. So, attention filtering. In any given moment, you are bombarded with more stimulation than your mind can actively process. In order to function in an environment that is super saturated with data, your mind filters out almost all of the information around you. This is called attention filtering. A side effect of attention filtering is that the world ends up looking like whatever it is you're focused on. For example, as you read this sentence, you are not actively paying attention to how your toes feel in your socks. However, now that your attention is being called to your toes, you notice them. That's called attention filtering in action. The combined effect and the media. Minds are not very good at processing reality. First, your mind is much more likely to pay attention to what's wrong than what's right, the negativity bias. Second, your mind is forced to filter out almost all of the stimulation in any given situation. Attention filters. Because of this, your mind has a tendency to view you as being far less intelligent, capable, good, looking, charming, and ultimately worthy of love than you actually are. This is further exacerbated by the media culture that preys on fear and an advertising culture that strives to make you feel small. Unless you're up to date with all of the latest trends, simply put, if you're having trouble loving yourself, there's nothing wrong with you. It's a side effect of modernity. Fortunately, loving yourself is a skill that can be learned and mastered. So I've got a little comment. Good things too happen on daily lives, but the media mostly shows negative news because we are vulnerable and get afraid easily. So you are the singular most important person in your world. Everything in your life flows from your relationship to yourself. Learn to treat yourself like someone worthy of love, respect, and compassion. And your life will flow more effortlessly, abundantly, and joyfully than you can imagine. Treat yourself like someone worthy of contempt, disdain, and indifference, and each day you will struggle to keep your head above water. The unfortunate part is that most people never put much energy into their relationship with themselves. They drift through life acting as if their own worst critic, working to inhibit their potential, and keeping their hearts and minds guarded. I spent years of my life quietly but cleverly telling myself I'm not worthy. I obsessed over mistakes from my past. I endlessly replayed embarrassing moments while somehow neglecting the beautiful ones. I failed to forgive myself for being a human being and making mistakes. So, care as much about yourself as you do for others. It sounds simple, but many of us simply don't do this because we think we are not being selfish or that our own needs are not important. They are, and it is not selfish to care about yourself. Compassion for yourself means showing up, concern for your feelings, as well as others. Treat yourself the way you would want to treat your children or your best friend, with gentleness, concern, and caring. So, maintaining boundaries. Write a list of things that you need emotionally, things that are important for you that upset you and hurt your feelings when they are ignored or violated. They could include being listened to, getting sympathy, when hurt, being celebrated when you succeed, receiving love and tenderness, whatever it is that's important to you. And when someone ignores what's important to you, crossing your boundary, you'll know because it hurts. Don't ignore that. Your feelings are there to tell you what's right and what's wrong. Let people know what your boundaries are and what you will and will not tolerate. If they apologize, you can forgive them. If not, or continue to ignore your boundaries and needs, you need to create consequences. Do what you need to do be you. First, figure out what makes you feel good. It doesn't matter what it is, but become aware of how you feel when you do things. Do you feel exhausted at work but exhilarated when you're in the garden? Do you feel joyful reading to your children? Fulfilled when you are writing poetry or volunteering? Find out what makes you feel good and do it as often as you can. Feeling good is all that permission you need to do what you love. So I have a thing of 30 ways to practice self-love. So 1, stop comparing yourself to others. 2, you're not as bad as you think. Besides, your body fat percentage has no bearing on what makes you a quality human being. 3, exercise, because it is good for your soul and not solely for your outward appearance. Appreciate your body and all the things it can do. Stop picking it apart. You will never achieve perfection. 4, find something that you excel at. 5, spend more time with your girlfriends, guy friends. Relationships may come and go, but friends are forever. Cherish that. Well, I don't have friends, but that's besides the point. So spend time alone. It's okay to want to stay home on a Friday night, catch up on your DVR and eat froyo because you've been exhausted work week. Read that book you've been reading to me, and in fact, read as many books as possible. Reading expands the imagination and sharpens the mind. 8, spend time outside, discover a new trail or maintain a bike, soak up the sun, take lots of pictures, take way too many and don't forget to print them. Don't let them just sit in your phone memory. Let go of the past, forgive the people who hurt you. Reunite with old friends from high school, college, or your past in general. Call your friends or family more often. Resolve the issues you might have had with your family. Take vitamins because you want to be the healthiest version of yourself. Treat yourself to something you want but don't need. Care about your appearance, but not in a vain way, but like so you can feel good. Watch that movie or Netflix series you've been meaning to. Be active. Pick up a hobby, save up money, and travel somewhere new. Laugh at yourself. Do karaoke. Eat less processed foods. Dance. Anyway, just don't care what you look like. Just dance. Smile more. Do favors and don't expect anything in return from the kindness of your heart. Guard your heart, but be an open book. Don't let people take advantage of you. Be less judgmental. Look up at the sky. Realize that sunsets are gorgeous. Look at the stars, and they're pretty incredible too. You will never be able to please everyone. Not everyone will like you. You won't like everyone you meet, and that's perfectly fine also. But keep remembering these things. So all of these things will help you to develop a sense of accomplishment, a sense of pride in what you are doing and who you are, and a realization that you are worthy, talented, capable, lovable person who deserves to be loved. And the most important person to believe that is you. Oh, excuse me. So that's it for, loving yourself. Thanks for watching.